Howdy mates, good afternoon. How are we doing today on this Thursday, November 30th, 2023. Crazy to believe that it is already hitting the end of this month and going into December. Goodness gracious. Now, even though you might be seeing snow right now, it's actually quite decent outside at the moment. It's in the upper 40s. I know for a lot of you Floridians right now who are experiencing a bit of that cold front, this would be too cold for you. That's the point of why I'm making this film is I stumbled upon something that is known as Carolina Horsenettle right here. They kind of look similar to tomatoes. Now, the name is a little bit of a misnomer. It's not related to nettles. That belongs under the family of Urticaceae. However, instead, this particular plant belongs in the Nightshade family, which means it's also related to eggplant and actual tomatoes, as well as I can't remember if I said it or potatoes. Yeah, okay. So those are just a couple of examples of things that we consume that belong under the Nightshade family. However, this is something you want to avoid consuming because it has higher contents of a particular toxin called Solanine. I think I pronounced it correctly. But Solanine is also, you can also find it in potatoes, but a very, very small concentration. However, though, you may have heard the rule of thumb. When potatoes start to turn green, in terms of like the skin, that's when you get more of that toxin present. And usually by then, you want to avoid consuming that potato. So usually it's a toxin that accumulates over time in a particular food. And yeah, it's something you want to avoid. It can cause very unpleasant symptoms, such as nausea, for instance. So that being said, usually you'll find these along disturbed areas, which could include roadsides, for instance. But in this case, we're just kind of like on the side of a trail right now. But they are something you want to avoid contact with too, because if you look along the stem there's a lot of thorns that are present on the plant. So it's not something that is most desirable to make contact with. Here you go, here's a close specimen. So you can tell that they look very similar to tomatoes, even though they're not exactly our common tomato. And apparently it's also something you want to avoid your livestock making contact, because same thing. The particular plant is toxic to most mammals. And so, just keep that in mind whenever you decide to go foraging. This is something you really should avoid consuming. So, meanwhile, we have a nice view of McBride right here. It's a nice little area. I like to come here every now and then. It's alright. Take care, you guys. Have a good one. Ooh, I think I'm about to sneeze. Take care. The journey is onwards. Have a good day.